Okay. Hi guys, we are going to go through the ingredients for the eye cream. This is, this is how I look at all formulas. I'm just going to tell you what I see in this formula. I'm going to tell you how I assess this formula. I'm not a chemist or a doctor. I have a chemist that works for me and I tell them what to do. I tell them I need it to be X, Y, and Z. It needs to have these ingredients. It needs to maintain these standards. And, you go figure out how to formulate it. Obviously, that's your profession. I don't do that. I look at formulas. I know what's good. I know what's going to affect the skin. I know what's going to make an impact on the skin, but I don't know how to put those molecules together, if that makes sense. So you're getting a different perspective when you're watching my video. You're not getting a scientific explanation necessarily. You're just getting a consumer, an esthetician, a formulator's perspective, someone who knows formulas and someone who knows what's good. And formulas to me are either amazing, good, mediocre, or bad. This formula right here is mediocre because it's too bulky. There's too many filler ingredients that are clouding over the ingredients that could be potentially good. There are too many ingredients in here that are a little bit higher risk that are not even necessary to be used in here. And some ingredients in here that may prohibit the efficacy of this formula actually even being penetrated into the skin. First, like I said, I'm looking at the bulk of the formula. This formula is very bulky without really offering that great of quality of ingredients. So that's what we call filler ingredients, ingredients that are kind of unnecessary, that are just used across the board to kind of bulk up a formula, to give it more texture, more luminosity, more characteristics that really don't do anything for the skin. It's more for the experience. While the experience is really important, it's not really necessary to inundate the eye area with 30 ingredients twice a day. And there's some ingredients in here that are kind of shady. This ingredient right here, no idea how to say it. In the EU, considered slightly toxic to use around the eyes. And this is a surfactant. We already have surfactants in here. Why do we need another surfactant that is potentially risky? When I see silicone this high up in the formula, I know that it runs the risk of not only being cakey and pilling, but also has the risk of actually prohibiting the absorption of ingredients down here that could be effective. This kiwi seed oil, this pomegranate extract. So it's a coconut derivative of silicone. All of these ingredients, though, are emollients, surfactants, skin conditioners. There's nothing revolutionary in here. These are ingredients that are used across the board by a lot of different companies. Sometimes companies want to bulk up their formulas to put off their competitors, but Kylie Skin doesn't really have any competitors. I mean, you're buying the brand, you're not buying the products at the end of the day. It has caffeine in here. Many eye creams do. Many eye creams have caffeine because caffeine restricts the blood vessels, and the blood vessels underneath your eye is what gives you that dark look. So when you constrict those blood vessels, it makes it look cleaner, whiter, lighter. Iron oxide, that's a dye, and it's rated a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the cleanest, 10 being the most poisonous. The rating, I believe, comes from the EWG. Polysorbate 20 is a 3. It's a fragrance. Another emulsifier and surfactant as well, like why? Mica is used for its reflecting powers. So the eye cream, when you put it on, you're going to see like an instant brightening, but it's not actually doing anything for the skin. And yeah, that's pretty much how I look at this formula. I'm not trying to overcomplicate it. I'm just looking at it. It's too long. There's too many ingredients in here I don't know. Even after Googling a few of them, it just because they're not technically dangerous doesn't mean they're effective for the skin, and it's going to make a good eye cream. There's nothing in here that's really good for the eye besides these two ingredients and maybe the kiwi seed and the pomegranate oil. That's it. Caffeine is good to have around the eye just because it gives you that instant brightening effect, but you could do this formula in 10 ingredients and call it a day. So the fact that there's so many filler ingredients in here, it's not like the highest, most modern standard of cosmetic ingredients and cosmetic formulation. Cosmetic formulation now is about clean, effective ingredients. We want real results. We want clean formulas. And that is the most modern standard of cosmetic formulation. And this is just not modern. This is kind of, all of it's made in a lab, which is fine. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, that it's harmful. It's just not good for you. Okay, so anything else I want to tell you about this? I think we're good. I think we are good. I did tell you about the pilling. I'm pretty sure this silicone here forms a film, and companies do this, and cosmetic products, skincare products often have silicone in it. And a lot of times if it lacks cosmetic elegance, which I'm assuming this does, then it will pill up. So you put it on and you try to put makeup on top of it, and it's going to ball up. So, okay, guys, I think that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to do the rest of the formulas too as they come to me, but that one's the longest. That one was the most daunting, to be honest. And trying to explain this as well is a little bit daunting because a lot of what I look at when I look at formulas is intuitive. So I'm trying to explain to you guys what I'm instinctively understanding when I look at this formula. So I hope you guys understand. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.